Hello everybody and welcome to a tutorial on Flash. Today I will be teaching you the basics of using Flash and all of its components and whatnot. So as you can see right here, I have made a title screen. It's really shitty, so I'm just gonna get rid of that. Okay, so in this episode I told you we're going to learn the basics of Flash. So let's start out with the basics. Right here, as you can see, all of this is what we call your timeline. Now your timeline may be up here, but I put it down here because that's just where I like it to be, because I'm used to that. I've been watching some of my animation role models like Max Gilardi and Oni NG, and they've all had their timelines in different places. But I choose to put mine down here. It doesn't really matter where you put it, just as long as you're okay and you're comfortable with using it that way. Now, you can stretch it out as far as you want, because you may have like tons of different layers and whatnot, but we're not going to be doing stuff with a bunch of layers in a couple videos. I'll be getting into more advanced stuff later on. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. So over here we have your tools. Okay, pardon me. Okay, now right here, this is our selection tool. For the selection tool, you will basically select stuff that you want to do. So like say I draw a guy and I want to select him. I can move him with the selection tool. I can select different parts of him to move around, and that's about it. What is this? The sub-selection tool. Now this I haven't really worked with. This is not something I really have taught myself how to use. I'm not sure what it does, so I guess we'll all take a look here. Sub-selection. Sub-selection, I guess it moves points of a drawing that you've done and moves them out a bit. So if you want to increase the width of a line that you drew, it's kind of like the pen tool, I guess, if you've ever worked with a pen tool, but it's a little more complex. So we'll get rid of that with our selection tool that you just learned about. Alright, on the free transform tool, say I want to draw a face. This is the main face we're going to use probably. Selection tool. Now with the selection tool you can do a bunch of different things. You can tween it, you can just tweak it, you can skew it, you can rotate it, so that way you don't get messed up and whatnot. Okay, so we'll get rid of that. You can still do pretty much anything you want with the selection, like you would do with the selection tool, but it's more advanced. So if you're afraid of like screwing it up, like slanting it or rotating it, then just stick with the selection tool. Okay, what's next? 3D rotation tool. We're not in an AS3 file, so I can't show you that. I will show that later on, but it basically will transform something that you have into a 3D like graphic. Okay, the lasso tool. Okay, let's say I want to draw a guy. That is a shitty like. I'm going to get rid of that. So here's Bob. Let's say I only want his hand. Ugh, yuck. I'm sorry. Don't really know what the hell that was all about. But with the selection tool, or lasso tool. This is what we call the lasso tool. So basically with the lasso tool, if I just want to select something like his head, I just circle around it. That way I don't, I have a more precise meaning of what I want to grab or select, basically. But with every single tool, like if you selected something and then you want to use another tool on it, all you have to do is click the tool. So like, let's say I wanted to select his leg right here, and then I want to rotate it. You can still do that. I don't know why the fuck you'd want to do that, but yeah. Pen tool. I don't use pen tool. I never use pen tool. I don't see a reason for it. It's the most fucking complicated thing I don't need to ever use and understand. So we'll just get rid of that. If you want to learn pen tool, go somewhere else. Text tool, you know that. There you go. Shit, let's delete. Okay. Line tool. Line tool is for lines. Now with the now you can do some stuff with lines. You use the selection tool. You can drag it out to different points. If you go to the little to the outskirts of the line, you can curve it, and you can select its points. You can select parts of the line, drag it out, whatnot. The whole shebang. And we have a different amount of tools that we can use for shapes. Rectangle tool, that's just rectangles. Oval tool, ovals. Rectangle primitive tool, I have not used this. Looks weird. Don't know about that. Oval primitive tool, I'm guessing that's pretty much the same thing as rectangle primitive. And then polystar, basically making a polygon however big you want. Okay, I'm just gonna set that back on rectangle. Pencil tool. Pencil tool has some different features. I guess it's good for okay, I have it on straighten right now, so that's why it's coming out a little bit weird. But now you can we don't want that. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Now with the pencil tool, you'll see these other features on here. Object drawing it was off right now, but we'll turn it on. So like, let's say I want to draw like a circle. It'll draw me a perfect circle right there. Bam. If you turn that off, you will not get a perfect circle. Now you have another feature on here for pencil mode. You have straighten, smooth, and ink. Straighten, you've already seen that. So basically, like if I wanted to draw like a Tetris thing or something, if you try your best to draw a straight line, it'll straighten it for you. So like if I wanted to draw like a Tetris-like looking piece, it would straighten it out to the best it can. Smooth, it's pretty much what you just draw and then just smoothened. And ink, let me see, I forget what ink does. I think ink is pretty much the same as smoothing. So I don't know. I think I'd prefer ink though, because it seems like it's a little more free. Alright, paintbrush. Paintbrush is what I mainly use. I don't use spray brush. I just find that fucking dumb. Now with the brush tool is what you're going to be using most of the time. This is we have no brainer. And I really want to know what this. Oh, well, I figured that much. Like if you want to make a fucking cupcake or something, you just go to that. Look at our little no-brainer. Now with the paintbrush, you have different properties that you can attach to this. You have your object drawing. We already know what that is. You have lock fill. I don't know what that does yet. I will get back to that in an episode. Somebody's going to have to remind me if they want to know more about that. You can also do stuff with different. There's different paint brushes that you can use. Paint normal. You can just paint all over it. Paint fills. You can go inside. Well, maybe. We'll get back to that. Paint behind. I know it doesn't look like much, but here, I will make a demonstration of how paint behind works. Okay, so there we have No-Brainer's shitty hair. We're just going to paint it white, or color it in white. So if I wanted to paint behind it, that's how it would happen. It will paint behind anything you have. Paint selection. Let's see here. Again, let's draw No-Brainer's hair. Okay, first we gotta paint normal. That is the worst drawing I've ever done of No-Grainer's hair. Now you're gonna have to bear with me. I haven't used most of these things because I don't think I need to. But paint selection. Let's see here. Oh wait, we don't want that. Let's use light green to show what we're talking about. Paint selection. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So. Oh wait a minute. Maybe I have to select it and then paint it. And then you basically color inside of the selection. There you go. You just learned something, and so did I. Paint inside. I use this one often for shading. Let's say we want to. I will give you a nice